Hello students, come on, we'll continue the problems on non-profit organization. So previous video we have discussed the theory regarding what are non-profit organizations and what are the concepts which are used in non-profit organizations, what are the final accounts consists of in non-profit organization, receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account and balance sheet. So hope my viewers already you have watched the first theory video and also the starting videos, first, second, third problems video. See here, if you have joined in between, you may not be able to understand properly. So my suggestion to the viewers, if you want the complete command, so watch the video from the beginning. First you watch the theory video, then first, second, in the serial, in the sequence you watch the video, then only you can be able to get the command on this topic, non-profit organizations. So far we have completed 10 problems. Now we are in the 11th problem. So again I am suggesting, before watching the video, please take a hard copy of the problems from the link under my description and keep it ready before watching the video. Okay, now viewers, come on, we'll start the next problem, problem number 11. Prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet from the following receipts and payments account and balance sheet for 2005. So we are required to make the income and expenditure account and balance sheet for the year ended 31st December 2005. And we are given the receipts and payments account and also balance sheet as on 31st December 2004. So last year's closing balance sheet is given and receipts and payments account of current year is given. From this information, we are required to make the income and expenditure account and balance sheet of current year. Now, see here, receipts and payments account for the current year ended 31st December 2005. Balance, opening balance. Opening balance we should not consider while making this income and expenditure account. Then subscription. Separately subscriptions are given for 2004 400, 2005 4200, 2006 300. See, for last year 2004 it is given 400 rupees received. For current year 2005 4200 received. For next year 2006 300 received. Now 2006 next year, that means this 300 rupees are received in advance for the next year. So this 300 rupees will be taken in the balance sheet on the liability side, subscription received in advance, right? And we are concerned only with current year subscription 2005. So in 2005 we got 4200 subscription. Then entrance fees, it's a revenue income. We will take in income and expenditure account. Locker rent, this is also revenue income. Then miscellaneous income, this is also revenue income. Now come to payment side, expenses. 2004 means last year expenses are paid 2400. So 2400 rupees are paid during the current year, but it relates to the last year. We are not concerned expenses of last year, because in income and expenditure account we take the expenses of only current year. Current year is 2005. So 2005 expenses are 4000. This will take. Then land, purchase of land is an asset, so it will go to balance sheet. Then interest paid, it's a revenue expenditure. Miscellaneous expenses, revenue expenditure. Closing balance of cash 16,800, this will go to balance sheet, cash. So we have seen the receipts and payments account. Now we'll see the last year's balance sheet. Last year's balance sheet, liability side, capital fund 67,240. Then subscription received in advance. Now see here, last year subscription were received in advance for the current year. यानी 2004 में सब्सक्रिप्शन रिसीव कर लिए थे, कब के? 2005 के. तो फिर ये 1200 रुपीज जो लास्ट ईयर के रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस थे, उसको करंट ईयर के सब्सक्रिप्शन में ऐड कर देंगे. नाउ यू कैन सी बाय सब्सक्रिप्शन रिसीव्ड 4200, दिस इज ऑफ करंट ईयर 2005. To this we add subscription received in advance last year itself. यानी 2005 के सब्सक्रिप्शन 2004 में रिसीव कर लिए थे. इनकम कब की है? वो 2005 की इनकम है. The income of 2005 was received in advance in 2004 itself. So we have added subscription received in advance in the last year. We add up 1200. So total subscription of the current year 5400. Next, outstanding expense. Outstanding expenses are 2800. This 2800 are outstanding expenses in the year 2004. Now this 2800 has to be paid during the current year 2005. अब 2005 का एक्सपेंसेस पेमेंट साइड देखिए, 2004 के जो एक्सपेंसेस पे करे 2400 पे करे, इसका मतलब लास्ट ईयर आउटस्टैंडिंग 2800, बट ड्यूरिंग द करंट ईयर वी हैव पेड ओनली 2400, तो स्टिल 400 रुपीज आर पेएबल ड्यू आउटस्टैंडिंग. Out of 2800, only 2400 paid, remaining 2400 we have to still pay outstanding expense. Now current year expenses are given. Now come to asset side, building asset, outstanding subscription. अब देखिए last year के outstanding subscription was 760. 2004 the subscription outstanding was 760. Out of 760, how much subscription we have received during the current year? So receipt side you can see subscription of 2004 is 400. लास्ट ईयर के सब्सक्रिप्शन सिर्फ 400 रुपीज रिसीव करे, जबकि लास्ट ईयर के आउटस्टैंडिंग थे 760. तो आउट ऑफ 760 वी हैव रिसीव्ड ओनली 400. Still 360 rupees are due outstanding subscription. Then outstanding locker rent 480. तो लास्ट ईयर्स आउटस्टैंडिंग लॉकर रेंट 480 रुपीज. तो करंट ईयर लॉकर रेंट हाउ मच रिसीव्ड, रिसिप्ट साइड यू कैन सी लॉकर रेंट 1500 रिसीव्ड. तो वी शुड एज्यूम दैट इन दिस 1500 रुपीज 480 रुपीज ऑफ लास्ट ईयर इज इंक्लूडेड, क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर आउटस्टैंडिंग थे तो करंट ईयर रिसीव कर लिए. तो वो 480 रुपीज जो लॉकर रेंट लास्ट ईयर का था, that will be deducted from current lockers rent of 1500. Then cash, closing cash is given, so we are not concerned with the closing cash. Now we'll come to the solution. See, by subscription, income and expenditure account of dash for the year ended 31st December 2005. Income, subscription received 4,200. This is of current year 2005. This is the current year 2005. To this we add subscription received in advance. When it was received in advance? Last year 2004. In 2004 itself, subscriptions were received in advance. Of which year? 2005. So add up 5,400. Entrance fees 1,600. Then locker rent. Locker rent received 1,500. Less last year locker rent outstanding 480. So 1,080. Miscellaneous income 8,000. So all the incomes we have taken. Now expenses. Expenses we take only current year's expense 2005. There is no outstanding expense of current year. There is no outstanding expense of current year 2005. 4,000. Interest paid same, we have taken miscellaneous expenses same. That's all. We have taken all incomes and expenditure of the current year. So take the total of the income 16,020 minus expenditure. 3 items you deduct. Then you will get 7,220 as the surplus. Excess of income over expenditure. That's all. So we have completed the income and expenditure account. Now we'll come to the balance sheet. So in the balance sheet, we'll take capital fund. In the beginning year, balance sheet is given at the beginning of the current year or end of the last year. 2004 की जो balance sheet में capital fund है, that capital fund we have taken. To this we add the surplus as usual. Every problem we are adding the surplus to capital fund. Then subscription received in advance. तो on receipt side of current year के receipts and payments account में receipt side there is subscription received for the year 2006. आने वाले साल का subscription 2006 का अभी receive कर लिए, तो subscription received in advance 300. Outstanding expenses. You can see the outstanding expenses of last year. It was 2,800. Last year की balance sheet में दिया है outstanding expenses 2,800. जबकि current year के payment side, receipts and payments में payment side expenses paid of 2004, 2,400. Out of 2,800 last year's, current year we have paid only 2,400. So remaining 400 rupees are outstanding expenses. Of which year? 2004. 2005 के कोई expenses outstanding नहीं है. 2004 के outstanding है. 2004 में 2,800 था, जिसमें से 2,400 पे कर दिए. Still 400 rupees outstanding. Right? Loan. So opening balance sheet, you can see the loan. that loan we have taken. Same. Beginning of the year, last year भी था, current year भी है. Now building. See the last year's balance sheet. Last year's balance sheet, first asset, building. Same building. Outstanding subscription. You can see the outstanding subscription. There are no outstanding subscription of current year, but there is outstanding subscription of last year. लास्ट ईयर की बैलेंस शीट में देखिए असेट साइड पर आउटस्टैंडिंग सब्सक्रिप्शन 760 was the outstanding subscription given in the balance sheet of last year. Out of 760, how much subscription received during the current year? It is given 400. Receipts and payments account में देखिए receipts side पर subscription of 2004 received 400. तो लास्ट ईयर ड्यू थे 760, उसमें से रिसीव कर लिया 400, और कितने रिसीव करना है? 760 माइनस 400, 360 रुपीज आर ड्यू. दिस इज ऑफ लास्ट ईयर. करंट ईयर कोई ड्यू नहीं है. नेक्स्ट कैश बैलेंस. रिसिप्ट्स एंड पेमेंट्स अकाउंट में लास्ट क्लोजिंग राइट हैंड साइड पर बाय बैलेंस कैश बैलेंस 16,800. लैंड. ड्यूरिंग द करंट ईयर लैंड वाज परचेज्ड. देयर वाज नो लैंड इन द बैलेंस शीट, लास्ट ईयर बैलेंस शीट. करंट ईयर के पेमेंट साइड पे देखिए बाय लैंड परचेज्ड, दैट्स एन एसेट, सो वी हैव टेकन द लैंड, वी हैव टेकन ऑल द आइटम्स. नाउ वी हैव टू चेक वेदर आवर बैलेंस शीट इज टैलिंग और नॉट. सो लायबिलिटी साइड यू कैन सी 85,160, asset side 85,160, balance sheet tallied. So we have taken all the items in income and expenditure account and balance sheet. So I told you every problem, almost the points are same except few points. So this problem particularly little bit complicated because we are comparing the last year with current year and finding out how much is the income and expenditure of current year. So we have completed problem number 11. Hello students, now we'll start the next problem, that is problem number 12. See the 12th problem carefully. So the following is the statement of assets and liabilities of Hyderabad Library Association as on 30th June 2004. So we are given the balance sheet as on 30th June 2004 and current year is 2005. Actually balance sheet is given opening balance sheet 30th June 2004. Now we have to make the balance sheet for the year 30th June 2005. So we have to make it 2005 year. Now see carefully. Opening balance sheet. Capital fund 44,350. Outstanding expenses 2,650. These are the outstanding expenses of last year 2004. Now assets. Cash, furniture, books account, investment, building, outstanding subscription and rent of lecture hall outstanding. This is the balance sheet at the beginning of the year, right? The balance sheet of last year. Now current year is 2005. The transaction, the following are the cash transaction for the year. Cash transaction means it's a cash book. So cash book, opening balance of cash 2,200. Then entrance fees. If nothing is given, we assume entrance fees as a revenue income. So we'll take the income side. Then subscription 9,500. Now see here. Subscription received during the current year 9,500. From this subscription, we subtract the outstanding subscription of last year. So last year की balance sheet देखिए. On the balance sheet asset side, we are having outstanding subscription 1,750. So that 1,750 we subtract from subscription because it is last year. और current year के outstanding अब आएंगे, that will be added. So simply remember the rule. Subscription received, add outstanding subscription of current year and subtract outstanding subscription of last year. That's it. Now sale of furniture. Furniture was sold and sale proceeds received. This is a capital receipt. It is not a revenue receipt क्योंकि furniture जा रहा, cash आ रहा है. So one asset is going, one asset is coming. So there is no question of any income. If the value of that furniture is given, we'll compare the value with the sale proceeds to find out the profit or loss. Example, अगर problem में देता कि the value of the furniture sold was 1,000 and it is sold for rupees 660. तो फिर there is a loss. 1,000 rupees का फर्नीचर 660 rupees में बेचे, बाकी का लॉस हो गया. We would have taken on debit side. अगर ऐसा नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम में दिया if the value of the furniture sold is 500 and it is sold for rupees 660, so there is a profit on sale. that profit will take into account. लेकिन current problem में we are not given what is the value of the furniture sold, so we assume there is neither profit nor loss. कोई प्रॉफिट भी नहीं है, कोई लॉस भी नहीं है. 660 का फर्नीचर था, 660 में बेच दिया, नो प्रॉफिट नो लॉस. तो दिस सेल ऑफ फर्नीचर will not be taken in income and expenditure account. No profit, no loss. This 660 rupees will be deducted from total furniture on the asset side of the balance sheet. Rent of lecture hall received. Rent of lecture hall received is 1040. 1040 rent of lecture hall received. From this we deduct the outstanding lecture hall of last year. तो लास्ट ईयर की बैलेंस शीट में एसेट साइड पे दिया रेंट ऑफ लेक्चर हॉल आउटस्टैंडिंग 350. तो 350 रुपीज आउटस्टैंडिंग रेंट ऑफ लेक्चर हॉल लास्ट ईयर. वी एज्यूम दैट दिस अमाउंट इज रिसीव्ड ड्यूरिंग द करंट ईयर. लास्ट ईयर का जो ड्यू था करंट ईयर में रिसीव हो गया तो निकाल देंगे. तो दिस 350 रुपीज विल बी डिडक्टेड फ्रॉम रेंट ऑफ लेक्चर हॉल 1040. Then proceeds of entertainment, these are revenue income, directly will take it. Now come to expenditure payments. अब payments देखिए salaries, there is no adjustment regarding salaries, no outstanding, nothing, directly will take into account. Taxes and insurance, revenue expenditure. Additions to library, this additions to library means library में क्या होती है, books होती है. तो addition to library का मतलब books purchased, books purchased. So we add up this to the books account in the balance sheet. तो पुरानी बैलेंस शीट में देखिए बिगिनिंग ऑफ द ईयर देयर इज अ बुक्स अकाउंट ऑफ 17,850. 17,850 के पहले से बुक्स है और एडिशन टू लाइब्रेरी जो है 1,250. दिस 1,250 विल बी एडेड टू बुक्स इन बैलेंस शीट. दिस आइटम विल नॉट बी कम इन इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट. इट्स अ कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर एसेट. आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंस ऑफ लास्ट ईयर पेड. If you see the last year's balance sheet liability side, outstanding expenses 2,650 given. लास्ट ईयर के आउटस्टैंडिंग थे वो करंट ईयर में लास्ट ईयर के आउटस्टैंडिंग 2,650 पे कर दिए. सो इट इज नीदर एन इनकम नॉर एन एक्सपेंडिचर ऑफ करंट ईयर. करंट ईयर का एक्सपेंडिचर नहीं है ये, लास्ट ईयर का ड्यू था करंट ईयर में पे कर दिए. सो दिस आइटम विल नॉट कम इन इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट ऑफ करंट ईयर. देन प्रिंटिंग एंड स्टेशनरी, इट्स अ रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. Electric installation expenses, this is an asset. Electric installation is an asset, it will go to balance sheet. Then sundry expenses, it's a revenue expenditure, will take into account debit side. Closing balance of cash, the closing balance of cash will go on asset side of the balance sheet. That's all. Now see the adjustment. It was ascertained that 2,000 were outstanding by way of subscription. Outstanding subscription at the end of current year is 2,000. This will be added. तो subscription received में current year के जो outstanding 2,000 है उसको add करेंगे, last year के जो outstanding subscription थे balance sheet में उसको minus करेंगे, right? Then and 450 for lecture hall, rent of lecture hall outstanding. तो how much lecture hall rent received? 1,040 lecture rent of lecture hall received 1,040. From this we subtract the outstanding rent of last year and add the outstanding rent of current year. 450 we add up. Now outstanding expenses are estimated at 750. अभी 750 rupees outstanding expenses pay करना है तो we add that outstanding expenses to sundry expenses. सन्ड्री एक्सपेंसेस जो पे करे उसमें आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंसेस को ऐड कर देंगे करंट ईयर के. फिर अगेन दिस आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंसेस विल बी शोन ऑन द लायबिलिटी साइड ऑफ द बैलेंस शीट. देन वी हैव इंश्योरेंस इज प्रीपेड टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ 150. प्रीपेड इंश्योरेंस, प्रीपेड का मतलब होता है पेड इन एडवांस. दिस विल बी डिडक्टेड फ्रॉम टैक्सेस एंड इंश्योरेंस. टैक्सेस एंड इंश्योरेंस में से प्रीपेड इंश्योरेंस माइनस करेंगे एंड अगेन दैट प्रीपेड इंश्योरेंस विल बी शोन एज एन एसेट. एडवांस में अगर पे कर दिया तो एसेट है, अगर आउटस्टैंडिंग पेमेंट अगर है तो वो लायबिलिटी. तो दिस प्रीपेड इंश्योरेंस विल कम ऑन एसेट साइड. Prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended on 30th June 2005 after providing for depreciation on building 2%. So in this problem we are required to depreciate building by 2%. So depreciation will be debited to income and expenditure account. Again depreciation will be deducted from building on asset side. Then and 10% on library books. तो library books के ऊपर भी depreciation are to be provided on two assets, building, library books. तो debit side will take to depreciation on building के ऊपर 2%, library books के ऊपर 10%, and these two depreciation will deduct from the concerned asset on the asset side. Now see the solution. Income and expenditure account of Hyderabad Library Association for the year ended 30th June 2005. Income side, by subscription received. So receipts and payments account, debit side, subscription received 9,005. To this we add a subscription of current year, outstanding subscription of current year add करेंगे, outstanding subscription of last year will be subtracted. तो current year outstanding given adjustment 2,000 or last year outstanding given in the balance sheet asset side 1,750. So minus 1,750 plus 2,000, 9,750 is the subscription income of current year. Then entrance fees directly we have taken. Rent of lecture hall received 1,040. 1,040 receive करें. अब उसमें current year का outstanding rent add करेंगे, last year का outstanding rent deduct करेंगे, just like subscription. Subscription में जैसा current year का outstanding add करें, last year का outstanding minus करें. Same is the treatment for rent of lecture hall. तो rent of lecture hall add less outstanding rent of last year minus कर देंगे, plus outstanding rent of current year add कर देंगे. तो we'll get 1,140. Last one, proceeds of entertainment 3,000. No adjustment, directly we have taken. Income swore. Now expenditure salaries, no adjustment, directly we have taken. Taxes and insurance 1,200 rupees given paid. अब उसमें 150 rupees prepaid insurance given in the last line of the problem. Subtract. Printing and stationery directly, no adjustment. Sundry expense are 200 rupees, but in the adjustment is given 750 rupees are outstanding expenses. अभी पे करना है current year के, तो total expenses 950. Again, this outstanding expense will be shown on the liabilities side of the balance sheet. Depreciation, building 2% of 14,000. तो last year के balance sheet में building का value 14,000, 2%, 280. Library books at the beginning of the year was 17,850 given in the balance sheet. So 10% of 17,850, 1,785. It is assumed that depreciation will not be provided on additions during the year. During the year जो books purchase करे उसके ऊपर depreciation नहीं है, opening balance के ऊपर depreciation. तो opening balance 17,850. That's all. We have taken all expenditure. Take the total of the income side 16,490. 16,490 में से minus कर दो debit के items, balancing figure 9,375. 9,375 is the surplus or excess of income over expenditure. That's all. This surplus will be added to capital fund. Now we come to the balance sheet. This closing balance sheet we can easily make by seeing the opening balance sheet. जो opening balance sheet में items रहते हैं, items वही रहेंगे, कुछ items और extra हो जाएंगे. तो by making a standard of old balance sheet we can make the new balance sheet. तो पुरानी balance sheet देखिए, capital fund. Beginning of the year capital fund was 44,350. To this we add surplus. We got the surplus here 9,375. Add up 9,375. Then outstanding expenses. One liability is there. There is an outstanding expense of 750. You can see here. Outstanding expense of current year given in adjustment. That's all. Liability side over. Asset side cash. Now we have to take the cash at the end of the year. So receipts and payments account का last item right side, credit side, by balance carried down. So closing balance of cash 6,150. Furniture 5,850. Last year's balance sheet you see one by one item. So furniture was given 5,850. From this we subtract sold during the year. Receipt side you can see sale proceeds of furniture. Furniture बेच दिए, कितने का बेचे? 660 का. तो जो बेच दिए उसको माइनस कर देंगे, तो 5,850 minus 660, 5,190. Building, books account. Beginning of opening balance sheet you can see books account 17,850. To this additions to library. During the current year payment side you can see additions to library, books purchased 1,250. Add कर लो, उसमें से minus depreciation 1,785. Already depreciation provided here. On library books 10% is 1,785 depreciation. 1,785 subtract 17,350. Investment. Opening balance sheet there was investment, closing balance sheet also same investment. Building 14,000 old balance sheet, beginning of the year. From this we subtract depreciation, 280 rupees we have provided. 280 rupees depreciation minus 13,720. Outstanding subscription, in the adjustment it is given current year outstanding subscription are 2,000 and current year outstanding rent of lecture hall. Outstanding rent of lecture hall 450. So adjustment it is given. Then electric installation. If you see the payment side, there is a purchase of asset. Electric installation 4,500. Last one, prepaid insurance. Last item given in the problem. There is a prepaid insurance of 150 rupees. 150 rupees you have taken. That's it. Now take the total on the assets and liabilities. 54,475, 54,475. We have completed 12 problems. So far if you have watched all the problems, then definitely I think you got a good command. So please watch the video from the beginning, in serial, in sequence, then only you can be able to learn. Don't skip the video in between. For your benefit I am saying again and again, from knowledge point of view, each and every point I am explaining in detail. So if you like my lecture videos, please share it in your groups, subscribe my channel. My intention is more and more students should be benefited from my lecture. So please share it, subscribe it, give your comments regarding my lectures. We'll continue in the next video, the next problem.